Okay. All right. Second example for law of cosines. We've got a new person here. Jensen, say.
Hey.
Okay.
It's me.
Side, side, side is what this one is. Now you have to be careful with side, side, side. We have to check and make sure this really is a triangle. So for it to be a triangle, if you add up two sides, that has to be bigger than the third side. So like 9 plus 7 has to be bigger than 5, 7 plus 5 has to be bigger than 9, and so on. The other way is if you start solving this and then you get like an error, then it probably can't be a real triangle. So yeah, so okay, whenever we have this, we can really choose to use any of these three formulas to find any of the three angles. We want to pick the biggest first, because after that we can go back to using the law of sines instead of the law of cosines.
No, we can't. Free country.
Okay, so we want angle A, which means we're going to use this one. So 9 squared equals 7 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 7 times 5 times cosine of A. We solved this. So we subtract 7 squared and 5 squared over. So pull out your calculator. 9 squared minus 7 squared minus 5 squared.
I didn't come prepared.
That's 7. What a weird number. I was not expecting that. Minus 2 times 7 times 5 times cosine A.
We doing a video?
Yeah, we're doing a video right now. Again. Yeah, Jack's back.
Hey, Jack.
Divide by all of this stuff that's in front of cosine A on both parts. Both sides, I mean. So cosine of A is 7 divided by, remember to put the bottom in parentheses here, and then you get negative 0.1. So we have to find A, take the inverse cosine of both sides, so do second cosine, second answer, and you get A is 95.739. Yeah, magic.
7048.
Yeah, okay. So once we know the biggest angle, we can either keep using law of cosines or we can go back to using law of sines. And so let's try using law of sines. We know that sine of 95.739 degrees would be over A, which is 9, equals sine of B over 7 equals sine of C over 5. We just got to cross multiply here. So like 9 sine B equals 7 sine 95.739. And divide both sides by 9. And then we'll inverse sine that because we're trying to find B and we have sine B. Second sine 7 sine, second answer because my answer's still in there, divided by 9. And that gives me that B, because I just did that all at once in my calculator, no rounding error, because we don't want that to happen. Okay, 50.704. So once we know two angles, we just subtract those two angles from 180, and that should give us C.
I think the law of cosines is way easier to use. There's only one answer you can get.
Well, what I said was you have to use it once to find the biggest angle, and then you can go back to the other way, or you can keep using the what are we talking about? The law of cosines.
Law of cosines.
Yeah, 7, 3.
You can use it as many times as you want to.
Yeah.
Sometimes
so
it's easier to go to law of sines.
Absolutely. And this was C. There we go. That's a side, side, side situation.
Woo!